Welcome back to another episode of Tears of a Father. Today we're going deep into something that affects all of us at some point: frustration, depression, anxiety, and that overwhelming feeling of not being enough. Let me be the first to tell you, if you've ever felt like you weren't worth it, like your dreams were too big to reach, like you were failing as a father or a husband, you are not alone. I face these feelings every single day. Some days I feel like I could conquer the world, and other days I feel like a prisoner in my own mind. But here's the truth: those feelings don't define you. What defines you is how you push through them. I want to start this episode by saying this: stop putting yourself down. Stop thinking you're the only one going through it. Because trust me, we all have our battles. And today, we're going to talk about how we fight them and how we win. Let's be real. Life as a father, as a man, is heavy. We carry so much on our shoulders, providing for our families, being a leader, keeping our emotions in check, and making sure everyone else is okay. But what happens when we are not okay? Who do we turn to? Sometimes I find myself lying in bed, overwhelmed by my thoughts. I start questioning everything. Am I doing enough? Am I failing? Are my dreams too far out of reach? And then the anxiety kicks in, that heavy, suffocating feeling that tells me I'll never be enough. If you've ever felt like this, I want you to know something. It's okay. It's okay to struggle. It's okay to feel lost. But what's not okay is letting those thoughts win. Matthew chapter 11, verse 28. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. One thing I've learned is that these bad days don't last forever. It might feel like the weight will never lift, but it does. I've had days where I felt completely broken, only to wake up the next morning feeling like a new man. Sometimes the only way to escape those thoughts is to talk to someone. And sometimes, if there's no one around, you have to hype yourself up. I used to think that talking to God wouldn't do anything for me. I wasn't raised in the most religious way, and I had my doubts. But I'll tell you this: on my worst nights, when I felt like I had nowhere to turn, I talked to God, and somehow I woke up feeling lighter. You don't have to be religious to understand this message. You just have to believe that there is something bigger than your struggles, whether it's faith, family, or your own inner strength. Find something that keeps you going. Let's talk about failure. Because if you're like me, you've failed a lot. And failure is one of the biggest things that can drag you down. But here's what I've realized: I fail, I fail, I fail, and then, every once in a while, I succeed. And that one success, that one win, it outweighs all the failures that came before it. You are not defined by how many times you fail. You're defined by how many times you get back up. The best thing you can do for yourself and your kids is to keep pushing forward, even when it feels impossible, even when you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, because I promise you, it is there. So how do we cope? How do we fight back when our minds tell us we're not enough? Here are some things that have helped me overcome the challenges of sadness and burden and depression and anxiety and loneliness. Number one, most important, talk to someone. Whether it's a friend, a therapist, a stranger on the internet, or God. Just saying the words out loud can make a difference. Number 2, hype yourself up. Sometimes no one else is going to do it for you. Look in the mirror and remind yourself that you are strong, you are capable, and you are enough. Number 3, take a break. It's okay to step back and breathe. Give yourself permission to rest. Rejuvenate. Come up with another idea if yours isn't working out. Come up with a better plan to reach your goals. Just take a break. Number 4, find something that lifts you up. For me, it's music, podcasts, reading about others who have been through the same struggles, prayer, talking to God, listening to worship, all those good things. There's plenty of podcasts out there to listen to, including Tears of a Father. We are going to be uploading a lot more coming here soon. Just been busy with work. Number 5, pray or meditate. Even if you're not religious, take a moment to be still, to connect with something bigger than yourself. A good meditation technique for me is a breathing technique. I'll breathe in for 5 seconds, I'll hold for 10, I'll breathe out for 5 seconds. And I'm telling you, you do that 3 or 4 times when you're going to bed, it helps out tremendously, but it does not work every single time. Trust me, I know this. I am somebody who is clinically depressed, and anxiety has ridden my whole life. When I do this breathing technique from time to time, it does help out a lot. Number 6, get into nature. Go touch some grass. Go hug a tree. Go fishing. Go hiking. Or just sit outside. Take in that fresh air and that oxygen and the beauty of the earth, because nature is beautiful. Walking through a forest in the fall when the leaves are changed is mesmerizing. Go take photos. Post those photos. Feel happy about what you just did. And just realize that God created that. Even if you don't believe in God, something had created that beauty for you to take in, to inspire you, and to show you that something is bigger than yourself. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. Psalms 34, verse 18. If you're listening to this and you've been feeling lost, I want you to know that you're not alone. You matter. Your struggles are real, but so is your strength. Keep pushing forward. Keep fighting. And don't let your darkest days define you. You as a father are the backbone of the world. Fathers like you keep everything together, even when it's hard, even when it feels like no one notices. But trust me, your kids notice, and that smile on their face, that's because of you. If this episode spoke to you, I want to hear your story. Send your experiences to tearsofAfatherpodcast@gmail.com. Let's build a community of fathers who uplift each other. In a world of negativity, we need people to come together as a community and uplift each other. Because all that negativity is going to keep coming. Don't let it ruin your life. And before we go, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share this podcast and episode with someone who might need to hear it. Let's grow this movement together. Until next time, keep fighting, keep believing, and keep being the father your kids deserve.